was that they should have showed Anakin versus Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars season finale. I was saying that was dumb for that show to be in that show. That was dumb.
I don't think so.
What's that have to do with this
Not at
show?
all. I don't think it was
SSJ.
dumb at all. I
This
think it
was
was dumb to show
glorious.
that whole Clone Wars flashback when you could just go back to season 7, the final season, and watch that.
Wait. What? Did you understand the point of the flashbacks?
I do. And when they went back to when it went back to showing Anakin and then her fighting Anakin and then he pulls out the red lightsaber, that whole thing just reminded me of Empire Strikes Back when Luke fought Vader in the Dagobah system.
My point is this: it wasn't pointless fan service. It wasn't pointless. It all
I
served the
thought it was
purpose.
I'm not gonna say it wasn't pointless, but it was definitely fan service.
Now, if it was pointless, I'd agree with you. Like, yeah, that's dumb that it's pointless fan service. Is it cool to watch? Yes, but it's pointless fan service. It served no purpose.
The Anakin stuff was cool, but that whole Clone Wars thing, that was fan service. Pointless.
Well, I
fan
mean,
service.
of course, but no, it wasn't pointless though.
I thought it was pointless.
The whole thing was, so the whole entire thing of that was Anakin trying to show Ahsoka like he's teaching her a lesson. He teaching her a lesson throughout her entire life. That was a lesson. That was the point of it. Yes, it was fan service, but it was a point behind it though. It wasn't just meaningless fan service.
You know what I think would be a good lesson? A good lesson would be, because Anakin said this too, when Ahsoka was saddened during the fact that some people died during the war, and her and the Jedi are the leaders of said war. Anakin was kind of like, "Oh well, of course I'm saddened by it, but it's just part of war, of course. And if you want to not die, then you got to fight." Okay, that makes sense. So what if in the next episode Sabine dies? That'll kind of motivate Ahsoka, and Ahsoka will kind of learn that lesson that Anakin had just taught her about losing people, and that she just needs to keep fighting to survive.
I don't think I would like that.
It's
Y'all
not
don't
a
like
bad
that.
idea.
Y'all love that Sabine.
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't
think
love
it's a bad
Sabine. I'm just
idea,
saying
but
her dying. I don't
like
think her
what I
dying would be
saw.
a good idea.
I
Like,
think her
'cause
dying would be a good idea, especially for Ahsoka's character. Yeah, usually for these Jedi type characters, once somebody dies, that kind of strengthens their character a little bit more too. They kind of push them to be like, okay, somebody that I loved died. I couldn't really save them in that sense. So I just got to keep on fighting. You can't save everybody, but
I'm just saying, Sabine's okay. So Sabine's whole arc is evolved around her trying to find Ezra, right? So her dying would make no sense because like she literally
she
has
could
to
leave a
find
clue.
Ezra.
She could leave a clue, and plus Ahsoka said that she wants to find Ezra too, and promised Hera that she would find both of them.
Well, I'm saying it's more important to Sabine to find Ezra. She don't care about she cares about Thrawn, but like she's mainly doing this for Ezra because she wants to see her best friend again. So it's like her dying would just completely undermine that entire arc she had. It would be
okay. So what if she found him and then they had a conversation and then she
died
having been killed by Balon?
That would make more sense if she died after she met Ezra again. Yeah.
All right. So you agree to that? I'm not saying so. Yeah, I think that would work, but I doubt they'll do it.
Oh, I mean, I'm just saying her story.
But be real. I mean, like the story's still good though, as is.
Yeah, I mean, this episode was nuts. Like this was nuts.
I wouldn't call it nuts.
This. I can't believe it right now. Like I'm still shocked. I'm about to watch it again later on. Yeah, but this was crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again later on too.
This was crazy.
But I took plenty of notes.
Bro, I'm seeing reviews right now. Freaking, absolute masterpiece. Freaking SSJ. This is crazy.
They said that about everything, man. Come on. New masterpiece. Ooh,
well, this is from Geekdom
greatest show ever. Best episode. I I don't trust Geekdom anymore.
No, but in Star Wars, these episodes have been in Star Wars, he knows what he's talking about.
I'm in his Star Wars. He be missing information.
But
fans have even got on
he knows
section about it too.
Right, SSJ.
I'm saying he knows what's good and what's bad because he hates the sequels when she's right.
Periodically through this entire series, the episodes have improved.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But to say that this is, oh my
This is
gosh,
literally a 10 out of
nah,
10, bro. This is the first 10 out of 10 in the
nah,
series.
it ain't no 10 out of
This is
10.
the first 10 out of 10 episode of this entire
Bro,
series.
I just geeked out,
I say
bro.
like an 8 maybe.
I mean, that's still pretty good though.
8 from you? Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I
But I'm
think
gonna watch
Paul
it
would like
again, so that
this.
might change. That might change after I do my rewatch.
Bro, I think
But
Paul would like this episode, to be
8?
honest.
Yeah, Paul might like it.
Because Paul loves Anakin, so.
I think Paul would like it.
Anakin looked off to me in certain parts of the
He
episode.
did, you're right. But that's just the
I did like
his age.
the lightsaber battle was good though. I like
They tried the best they could with the de-aging
Ahsoka
technology.
looked stiff when
It could
she
have
was
been
fighting
better.
him.
It could have been better in terms of his face de-aging, but it looked pretty good to me. Like, yeah.
When she was fighting him, she looked stiff.
Like I said, I'm about to see it again and like so I can see like certain parts that I didn't like. But like, man, that was nuts. I can't believe that.
I don't have much knowledge in fencing. She did take fencing classes, in-depth fencing classes to do her lightsaber battles, and I believe majority of all the rest of the Jedi's did as well.
And hers don't show to me.
This was
Ahsoka's don't show.
This was literally like an episode of Rebels or Clone Wars put on in live action. Like,
yeah,
it's like I was watching. It's like I was watching a cartoon, bro.
Yeah, that's his wet dream, and he's even said in interviews that he wanted to do like a live action Clone Wars or Rebels.
Good, bro. Basically, with good. That's freaking fire.
Yeah,
bro.
So if he wants to do that, just call it Clone Wars or Rebels. Don't tack it on an Ahsoka show.
But we needed.
She's clearly the main character, bro.
Ahsoka clearly got all.
She was barely in it.
Huh?
Barely in what? Barely in what?
This episode.
What?
They would flash back to Hera, flash back to the sun, flash back to...
yeah, but like, what?
She had the most screen time in this entire
She literally
episode.
had the most screen time. Like, I don't get that part. What does Upper say in the comments? He said too much stuff was rip off of Clone Wars.
Yeah, Fallen Order. Yeah, there were some rip-offs.
What does that mean, rip off? I don't get rip off. What does that mean?
Oh, he said she needs to die too. Yep, I agree.
I'm cool with her dying, but she has to fulfill her character arc first. It wouldn't make sense for her to die before her arc is completed. That would be stupid.
He gave it a 6 out of 10. Wow.
Mine might be 6 out of 10 when I rewatch it.
I don't want to hear it. Man, you had your own opinion. Don't be getting persuaded by other people, fool.
Y'all niggas be getting persuaded by other people.
No, I have my own opinion. I have my own opinion.
Hell yeah. Y'all be getting persuaded.
I have my own
opinion.
do.
Filoni loves.
I watched it with y'all. I didn't watch no other reviews.
Tomorrow you're gonna be like,
I didn't go on no YouTube and be like, oh, I saw reviews. I sat down and watched this here with y'all. I didn't even open up no other screen. I just had my notes.
We all clearly watched it first and had our our opinions first before seeing a review. Like,
I feel like y'all got yourselves hyped up because everybody was saying this episode was so good, and then when y'all saw some scenes, y'all like, oh my god, this is so amazing.
I mean, this was not a big episode, bro.
10 out of 10. Oh my god, masterpiece.
SSJ, you act like I didn't say that I love me some Ahsoka and Rosario Dawson. Like,
you love some Ahsoka.
Oh my god, bro! I remember that part in the flashback when she was fighting those the freaking what are they called, bro? They were they were in the Clone Wars finale. I think it was the Death Watch, something like that. But that was crazy. Like, that was nuts. She was spinning on the ground doing like breakdancing kicks. I was like, what?
Yeah, bro.
That was crazy. Bro, she was going nuts, and that's how she was in the show. It was crazy seeing that in live action.
Anakin swordsmanship is crazy.
They say it's going to break the episode. Wait, break the episode? You mean the internet? Break the internet?
He said the child Ahsoka was better than adult Ahsoka.
She was really good.
In a way, though,
she was
really you wanted something on that one. I ain't gonna lie.
She was really good.
Rosario Dawson is not it right now. She's still kind of flat as far as performance goes.
I mean, you gotta understand though. That Ahsoka and Child Ahsoka are two different people entirely. Two different people entirely. Like, Child Ahsoka has way more. What's the word? Like, she has way more. I guess expressions or whatever. She's very
but some people still found her annoying.
This is a seasoned Ahsoka. This isn't a young.
This can break the internet, bro. This can break the internet. Like for a fact. Like that. Just Anakin fighting Ahsoka alone was gonna break the internet. Like
Anakin
for
in
a
this
fact.
episode is automatically about to do it.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna break
This
the
ain't no
internet.
Obi-Wan versus Anakin though.
Of course
I,
not.
I didn't say that. We didn't say that.
No, no, of
I'm
course
saying
not,
that though. This ain't. I'm saying that.
bro. It's not gonna be that beat that point ever again. Though that's not gonna
But I
happen
mean,
again.
for Anakin to show up with his protege and just kind of give her a little leg up, like, skill, you can do it.
That was nuts, man. Wow, wow.
And his eyes lit up red too.
Yeah, that was fire. Yeah.
It's
Wait, did, oh wait,
convenient
okay,
that they
never mind.
just stopped fighting like that as soon as she just put the sword, the saber up.
You're not about to
Wait,
wind me
what do you
up for
mean?
your video, bro. You know what I'm saying? This was great
What?
on Twitter. It isn't. He said it's not trending on Twitter. Even the Apple event is trending, and that happens every year.
The Apple event always trends, but bro. I mean, it just dropped 2 hours ago. Like, give it to tomorrow. You know,
Upward, I'm gonna come after you for talking about my boo.
the episode just dropped 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I'll
He said
definitely
really on Twitter.
rewatch. I guess.
He had said that was at the real Anakin.
No, no.
It was like a Darth Vader
The
hallucination
whole
from Empire Strikes
the
Back.
whole thing was literally like in
Spirit,
her head. Yeah, like the whole thing was like in her head, pretty much. That wasn't
the
like
spirit of the Anakin.
that realm she was in, the realm between worlds. It's like a massive like forest area. Like it's like you can not time travel, but like you can see past events, hear like see future events. Like pretty much, it's a giant place that's just like just like full of
I
the
wish this
forest.
was on.
Like,
They need to make this a video game. They should
oh,
have
that'd be
done
sick. That'd be sick. Yeah.
it.
So yeah, that was not Anakin. I'm sure that was some kind of like force. Not force ghost, but like some kind of like force, I guess, illusion that she was having. Because I mean, she was in the water the whole time. She was in water. You know. So
Yeah, and how
yeah.
was she not drowned or dead from all that water that she was in?
Well, I think she was in the water for like a split second, and then went to the world between worlds, and then came back in the water again.
And had a whole ass
That's my
30-minute
take.
flashback and fight scene. No way.
In
She
her
was not.
head, in her head, it wasn't. I mean, no, in real life, it wasn't 30 minutes. That's what I'm saying. In real life, it wasn't 30 minutes. But but to us, the viewer, and to her, it was probably a long time.
Mm.
To the Jason subplot is so lame. I really hope he goes to the dark side. It's similar. That'd be crazy. I ain't gonna lie if he did that.
To me, that was cliche, of course. I know that the father was a Jedi too that died in Rebels, but I'm just
Yeah.
like, all right. And he's like, oh, I feel it. I'm just like, okay, lame.
I feel like that's a nitpick. You
I
say it's a
mean,
nitpick?
There's always the golden child that inherits the
that
powers
isn't that what
much
Star Wars
earlier
is
than
all
everybody
about, though?
else.
Doesn't Star Wars do that all the time?
Yes. Yes, they do. Yeah.
They're starting to get old now.
He said it's starting to get old. What Upper say now? He said he gets mad. They are hiding things. Wait, who? Oh, Jason. Yeah, the old Jason was fire. So the old Jason Solo was supposed to be Kylo Ren. That's supposed to be Kylo Ren's character. So Jason Solo is Han and Leia's kid in the old extended universe. He's a way better character than Kylo Ren, by the way. Like Jason was fire.
Hmm.
This new one might be evil. Who knows? I don't know.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean we'll see.
With
But
Disney, I
all I'll
doubt
say
it.
is this: we would never have gotten an episode like this if Dave didn't like do this series. Like, he's the only person who like knows what the fans want. It's crazy. It's sad, but it's crazy.
He doesn't know what the fans want. He wants what Dave Filoni wants. He wants his live
He,
action Clone
that's
Wars.
what the fans want.
That's what some fans want.
That's literally what majority of the fans want, bro. Like,
You're speaking for yourself, bro. Not all the
what?
fans want that
No,
live action.
bro.
You could just go and watch the
How
cartoon.
how
Well,
invested and like involved are
SSJ
you
apparently
in the Star
Star
Wars
Wars
community?
has
Because I'm in
a
the bro. I'm in the community
segregation.
on Instagram, Twitter, everything. I've seen this
Listen,
stuff
I'm
everywhere.
rewatching Clone Wars right now. I'm liking Clone Wars, but it's like you could just go back and rewatch the cartoons. They're still just as good. You don't need to recreate it in live action. Do your own brand new story. want to see her going against what's his name, Balin Skull. Like
She
what
fought
happened
him
to
last
those other
episode.
women too. Watch, that'll be like an afterthought
And they're gonna fight
after all
again
of
probably
this
too. To
hype.
be honest.
It's gonna be an afterthought after all of this hype that everybody's having. And that's what I don't like. That's what I don't like about certain shows like this. Like you'll dangle the keys, give us these member berries, and then the rest of this other plot that they were trying to set up will be forgotten about because they'll do something else crazy. Like they'll
Well,
do something
okay,
else
well,
completely crazy.
so the first half of the episode was Anakin stuff, right? But the second half of the episode was all about the actual plot, and it was good to me. Like her finding the Purgle wells and using the wells to find Ezra or whatever, and Sabine. That was sick. That was cool. Cause that's what Ezra did in Rebels. He used the Purgle wells to lure Thrawn and himself away from everybody else to
Yep,
save the
I know.
galaxy. So it was
It's
cool.
just all too convenient.
So it was cool that she did that. It was sick.
I thought it was just convenient and just ripped straight out of that. Like, oh, they did it there. Let's do it here.
That's not, I mean, that's a nitpick though. You know, like I wouldn't say that's an actual story flaw.
Not too bad though, man. I felt
I
like
gotta
that
see
was.
Paul's review of this if
I
he's
felt
gonna
like
watch it.
was that 45 minutes or an hour?
52 minutes.
Y'all really defending this.
This was bro. This is by far the best Star Wars episode ever made by Disney. Like, come on now. Like, what Star Wars show is better than this? Like, I mean, with this episode at least.
I mean, they were
None.
all trash,
That's what
so
I'm saying. None. Like, this is the best Star Wars thing we've gotten since like the prequels. It is.
yeah, but we still deserve better than this, though.
What do you mean by like? Okay, how much better?
At least, at least 80% better than this.
Well, what's better to you? Like what would you say is better?
I mean, pretty much all of those points that I had explained earlier, I think would have made a better Ahsoka show than what we're getting right now. This episode, yeah, this episode is good, better than like what Jay Leno was saying earlier. Yeah, like the episodes progressively get better, but that isn't still like there's still some things that they're not really doing with the story that they're just trying to do this whole member berry and dangle the keys in front of y'all to try to get y'all into the show.
But why is that
And there was
bad?
complaints that the show wasn't getting that many views, which I still think it was still getting views though, regardless of people trying to say that they lied about the numbers. They still got views
Well, yeah, but
regardless. But as far as that goes though, as far as that goes though, like with Ahsoka, man, these people are just like they're just trying to twist everything and dangle the keys and show these little Clone Wars references here and there. People that watched Rebels, just like this is really what this is for. He wanted his live action Clone Wars
yeah, I mean,
and
you're right.
Rebels.
You're right. I mean, what's wrong with that though?
It's an Ahsoka show though. It's presented as
She
an
was in
Ahsoka show.
she was in the Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah, but they're presenting this as a new story. But at the same time, we're hearing interviews from Dave Filoni
No, no,
saying, "I want
this
this to
was never
be
really a
a
new
live
story.
action Clone Wars slash Rebels
This was
continuation."
this was literally always supposed to be a sequel or a continuation of Rebels. This was never like made to be some new story. Now, would a new story be cool? Yes, it would be cool. But then it's just like what happens to the other plot from Rebels? Then what happens to that plot? It just goes nowhere, and that's it.
Yeah,
That would be that's horrible. That's garbage.
that show was garbage, and that show was years ago. So let's go ahead and move on to what Ahsoka is doing right now after the Mandalorian. And what we know from seeing her in those other shows, she's been trying to find Ezra, but then we get all this Sabine stuff, and then we get some like Clone Wars stuff, Hera stuff. It's like, why don't you just focus on finding Ezra? Like, forget about trying to train Sabine. Just like, imagine if she would have just started from the get go, getting on that
Mm.
whale thing and trying to find Ezra right then and there. Yeah, if Sabine was there, cool, but I don't know. They could have
Um,
done more.
upward. I'm getting Mortal Kombat. I don't know if I'm getting it in 2 days, considering I just spent all this money on 2K.
What's all this money?
So,
What is that? How much you spend on 2K?
I probably spent 100 and
Dang,
60.
Damn.
that's crazy, bro.
60 for the game, probably another 60 or 70 bucks. About like 70, about close to $80 after that. I
Hmm.
mean, taxes included, so it puts me about like close to 160.
How could it cut the first 3 episodes? That doesn't make any sense to me. How could it possibly do that and just jump straight to like 4 and 5? That doesn't make what, bro? Oh my god, man.
So you were
Oh my
fine with
goodness.
episode 1 and 2.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, they were, they were,
Oh my
y'all. We
goodness.
will all be
Oh,
lost. We wouldn't know what was going on.
it's
Who was
ridiculous.
Balin Skull? Who was Shin Hanti? Who was that? Who was this? Like, how can you just skip it the first 3 episodes? That would be impossible.
I mean, Balin's Skull barely was in this episode, so I don't think it would matter
Hey,
anyway.
He
look,
wasn't.
I'm
He
not
wasn't
gonna
in this
lie.
one at all. Actually,
They definitely spent more time with Ahsoka than they did with some of these other shows. Let's just call a spade a spade.
he wasn't in this episode at all. To be honest, he wasn't.
Who?
Balin Skull and Sabine
I
wasn't.
don't
And
even remember if he was. Yeah, it
he
was just a
wasn't,
flashback, the recap or whatever. So not the
bro.
actual
If
episode.
if
No.
anything, there was more Ahsoka in this episode than any other episode. To be honest.
Hmm.
We didn't need an explanation for who Vader was. Just jump in.
Wait, what part was that?
Wait, what? I don't remember what part was there an explanation for Vader. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot.
I was gonna say, I saw him just come in and he just flashed back and forth, and he pretty much was doing. It was like a flashback of him, like some of the stuff he was trying to teach him through those scenes. I basically like you fell far from my teachings. Let me remind you to get back up to par.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, yeah.
And then
And yes, it was fan service, but like it was good fan service though. You know what bad fan service is? Spider-Man No Way Home. That's bad fan service.
Okay,
That's
let's
how
uh,
get
you
on
don't.
this real quick.
That's how you
Which
don't
part
do
of
fan service.
Spider-Man No Way Home was bad fan service? Which part specifically? Because if it's
All of
all
it.
three Spider-Man,
All
I
of it.
don't think so. I thought that was decent fan service.
No, because the
The
story
all
was
three
horrible. There was
Spider-Man.
no story. The
Yeah,
story
like the
sucked.
story was horrible, but the movie mainly benefits from the fan service because of how horrible Tom Holland
look,
Spider-Man
look,
is. He doesn't have
I'm
no
That's a
I'm
villains.
not
He's
bad.
an Iron
I
That's a
Man.
bad film
I
to me though.
I
It's a
enjoy
fun
fan
film,
service.
but it's a
I
bad
enjoy it.
film. It's a fun film, but it's a bad film. You got to rely on strictly fan service to make somebody enjoy it. That's horrible. That's a bad movie.
There were still good moments in it. It wasn't. I
Yeah, of
don't think it
course,
was
bro.
100% because I like how people are trying to shit on No Way Home years after it came out.
No,
Y'all are
I ain't
just.
gonna lie,
I don't think it was that
I
bad.
I
I
like
give
No
it
Way
probably a
Home.
bro.
seven.
I
At
thought No
worst,
Way
it's a
Home was a good
seven.
I
movie.
mean, this happens, bro. It's like, yes, we're in the theater all hyped. Oh my god, Tobey Maguire! Like, it's like, but after the fact you calm down,
But I
see
still
it
liked it
again,
afterwards,
and you
though.
think about what
Even
you just watched, and you see how meaningless it was, how little the plot was, how it was just
I'm not trying to compare those two between each other. Y'all can keep that to yourselves.
No Way Home
nah,
better than this. Nah,
I
it's No Way Home's not better than this, bro.
I'm
I
not
didn't
doing.
say it was better, but I'm
No,
saying like
no upper said it in the comments.
I'm
I
not.
don't think it was like people are trying to shit on it years later. Like, nah, don't put some respect on No Way Home's name. Like, it was at worst, it's a
Hey, it's
seven,
it's
but at
fun. I'll
best,
give
it's
you that.
probably
It's
a
fun.
eight.
Oh
It's
yeah,
Like
it's
at
Mom.
best, it's a eight.
I
Worst
did.
super
I
seven.
did
fun.
disagree with you on your that tier list you did on superhero movies. I had a.
Which one?
I think what was the one we did? Was it a month back ago? You had a tier list,
I
and you were
forgot.
drag and dropping superhero movies. You had like I think we had Batman
Oh
and
yeah, yeah. Put No Way Home down. Yeah,
mhm.
bro. The movie is trash, bro. Like it's fun to
Nah,
watch,
you
but it has
crazy. I don't think it's trash.
that movie is
Like I said,
garbage,
at
bro.
worst,
I would not
seven.
put in a.
At
I would
best,
not put it
probably
in
an
the
eight.
can, my brother.
He said Miles said we needed to have an explanation for Shannon and Balin. No, we don't. Why not? So just have two random Sith, not Sith, but two random dark side users just show up randomly with no explanation. That makes
Yeah.
no sense.
I'm starting to think SSJ and Upward are real Sith lords.
I mean, if
How
Star
can
Wars
any
was
story
real,
introduce
let me tell
anybody?
y'all something. If Star Wars was real, honestly, I probably would be a Sith Lord.
I
Their
know it.
powers are
It's in your
cooler.
voice. It's in your blood.
Their powers are cooler though.
I don't think he'll be
Electricity,
a
choking
Sith, but I
people
think he
out.
would.
I mean, their powers are cooler. What's Jedi do? They just push people. I mean, I get to choke people, electrocute them.
Darth Vader and Palpatine were just two random Sith lords and no hope. That's not true. Vader was
Yeah, because we didn't know who Vader was in Episode 4. We didn't get Episode 1, 2, and 3 until decades later. So they were kind of random at the time, and the books didn't come out
Well,
until
I'm
a little
saying
bit
his
after.
status as a villain was Darth Vader, the freaking leader of the Empire, or not leader, but but he was like the second hand man, and next to Palpatine. That's who he was,
Yeah, but he was still just when
and Palpatine
that first
was the Emperor.
right. But when that first movie came out, people still didn't really know much about him. There was just something about him that was just iconic. The voice, the
Oh, he's saying backstory.
Mm.
He's saying backstory.
he need to get on this
But
stream, man.
Balin Skull and shouldn't have no
I'm about
backstory
to
though.
I'm about to end this stream. We can possibly do a discussion probably tomorrow or something. I gotta
I mean,
wake
yeah,
up.
yeah, we could. This has been a fun one, bro.
Wait, so I don't get what he said. He said we're not. I don't know. He said we're not talking about
Yeah,
status. We're
yeah, he
talking about their
was.
backstory to the viewer.
Yeah, I was
Mm.
saying earlier because he said that we didn't know who they were. I was like, yeah, we know who they are. He's the right hand man of the Emperor, and and Palpatine is the Emperor. But he was saying not status. He's talking about their backstory.
Yeah, like their backstory wasn't really told at all. Like, because that was the first
Yeah,
time we've seen them because they started with Episode 4.
I
I'm gonna
mean, yeah, but
close.
they both had a purpose in the story, though. Like they both served the purpose. Like they weren't just thrown in just randomly and no one knew who they were. Like because y'all saying Bailey the Skull and Shin Hati is just like just gonna be
Yeah, but
like
he made it clear that he
they
was
could be
looking for a
skipped
map
over.
too.
All right, upward. Definitely, we can. You'll probably have to. We'll probably continue this in the Discord. I appreciate you getting us together for this Ahsoka. It was definitely worth it.
Yeah, this was a must watch one. This was a big one.
Even though, even though y'all think I'm a hater or whatever, I do enjoy just getting on just to watch or whatever because that's fun just to watch
Can
with
you at
friends or
least
whatever.
admit a little bit that you're like a little bit biased towards like not liking Disney Star Wars?
It's not even that.
Because
I just don't like
because in my
Ahsoka.
opinion you're overly critical of the show. Like,
I'm overly critical about everything.
oh, okay, there you go then. All right,
All right,
there you go.
I got you. I got
Even
you.
with Dragon Ball, I'm overly critical about that
Oh,
too.
I'm
You got to
definitely
be critical
yeah
about.
I am.
I'm critical about everything. Like if my it could be something stupid too. Like if at work or whatever, if somebody likes to like, I'll tell people like if I have like mail and stuff like that, don't put it on my office chair or whatever. Just put it on the desk, and they'll just put it right on the chair. I pull the chair out, and there's stuff on my chair. I'm like, what the hell? Put it on my desk. Why are you putting
That's
it
kind of
there?
weird to be honest. Like, who puts mail in a chair?
I know, like, or
They
it'll be
want
like
to.
a
They want to
box or
make sure you
something.
read it, and I don't know. That is weird.
What?
Usually, I just take it and throw it to the side. I'm like, nah, don't put stuff in my chair. I'm trying to sit down.
We're definitely gonna get a backstory for Balin and Shin. Definitely, and that's low key why they haven't been shown like shown much yet. Because they're gonna save it for the end probably. If we
Yeah,
don't press, if we don't trust me, I'll be the first guy to say that's dumb.
but
They
even
should
the
have.
stuff that I really like, I'm critical on too. Like, really, really like.
Moving forward with Star Wars, I'd rather this all be different series and TV shows than an actual film.
Well, that's they're playing the save game right now. They're going back to a time that hasn't really been explored like that, and they're trying to use that time to pull back in viewers after the sequels. That's their plan.
Hmm.
But eventually, fans are going to get tired of the shows. They can't keep doing the shows forever. Like we need film. Like Star Wars started from films. Like we need films.
My next review, I'm gonna try to do in an accent. I'm gonna try to do in like Critical Drinker's accent.
Oh my god.
Hey, do that. Do that, please.
I'm gonna try to do that. I think that'll be hilarious.
All right. Are you getting on One Piece SSJ or what?
Yeah, I can get on for about an hour or so, or a little more.
Did it finish?
Yeah, it already downloaded.
Okay.
My
All right.
PlayStation, I put in rest mode.
Jay, we're gonna find you on Fortnite one of these days, bro.
I'm
Save you from
just
2K.
I'm just waiting for
um
Goku and Vegeta to come back.
actually I, um I might. Are you guys on like early and during the day, by chance?
What time?
Nah, I work
All right, so this
Monday through
week, so
Friday.
this weekend, I have my daughters and my oldest daughter and I. We really, I mean, you play with my oldest daughter. We get it in on Fortnite pretty much.
Yeah.
over the
So
entire
we could
week.
do like a group or something on the weekend. Cause I
Yeah,
work
I'm sure.
Monday through Friday. Cause y'all know I'm a teacher, so it's like 9 to 5 or whatever,
Oh,
9
okay,
to four
okay.
thirty. But I just say 5. So if y'all want anytime after like about 5:30 during the weekday, or anytime after 10 o'clock a.m. on the weekends, that's my free time.
Look at this video. Star Wars as we know it has changed forever. People going nuts, bro. People going nuts. All right, man. It's been
All
fun
right,
though.
all right, fellas.
All right.
GG's.